July 13th, 2007. I am Jessica Clark, and we are visiting with Emil Roesler near Lair, North Dakota, and he's going to give us a tour of what appears to be his barn, or maybe not. Okay, we'll turn it over to you, and you can give us a tour.
Okay, I always invite people to come through my door here. Being the screen doors, you got these flaps on, which ladies used to scare the flies off, I guess. Well, you know, they did a lot of canning, and flies seemed to come to the screen door. Everybody wanted in. Want to get some of that jelly, I guess. All right, come on in. How you doing? Okay, now I'm going to show you some of these moss balls that are. Will it work? The picture? Can you see the picture? We'd have thousands of those around the lake. That's just moss, you know. The wind will start rolling them up, and you get all kinds of balls. And then, of course, I got a picture of the swallows that sit on the barn as we come in, so people have to come in fast. And back here I have a refrigerator that opens from either side. See, big families had to have those years ago. It's a Philco. And then over here, of course, we have our washing. And of course the pitcher, the dipper, we used to drink out of. Kids would blow in here, you know, make bubbles come. When your folks didn't see it, of course. Didn't like it. Okay, I'm going to show you my heart of stone. And then I got another heart here that's sticking his tongue out at me. And now I'll show you some of my wife's baking. When we were first married, this is some of the rye bread she baked. It's pretty heavy. And then I got some of the dough she sliced. You know, most of that stuff turned to stone. And then I got, oh yeah, I'll show you one of the biscuits too that she made. And then of course here's a petrified egg I found down around the lake. They don't weigh nothing, but it's tough. Okay, I'll show you a bottle of Dakota beer. I never did like this stuff. I don't know. I think that's why they went broke. It wasn't any good. And then we had the Germans know this, Alphenkreidung. That's something, I think it was snake oil, really. 50% alcohol. You give it to your kids when they weren't feeling well at bedtime, a spoonful, and by morning, of course, they thought they were all good. Then we got the cistern pump here. It was usually had that down the basement. Had to wash your hair, you know. Rainwater made your hair nice and soft. Let's see, we'll move along. This is a replica of the rock that's down here where you turn in. You see it? Mm-hmm. You got my old. Oh boy, sounds sick. All my seeds, and here's my lunch bucket I used to have. Now you kids nowadays don't know what that is. Have to take lunch to school. Yeah. And here's one of those older telephones. Oops. Here's a butter churn. Back there's a washboard. Yeah, that's a glass one, I think. And then there's also a cabbage cutter.
Is that what you would use to make like sauerkraut?
Yeah, right. And then over here, I got a mustache cup here that my wife got from her grandma. That's made in Germany. That's kind of pretty. A lot of these things, like here, this was made in India. When in World War II, my wife had two brothers that were overseas, and they sent this stuff home. And there's also that parachute up there. They fished that out of the the Pacific Ocean rather, and sent that home. It's silk. They're quite different than the ones you have nowadays. Got my bell. Old radios up here. There's an old projector. Here's an old typewriter, one that the keys come in from the side. There's one of those old thermos. And I got pictures.
So is any of these you?
No, those are nephews and nieces here.
Okay.
And there's some businessmen up there. No, I don't think there's a picture of me here. That's my granddaughters, and they were little. Oh, I got a husband tamer here. You didn't have to use one of those, did you?
No, not yet.
I guess they're nice to have around, just in case. Are these shoes here? Wow, how'd you like to get in something like that? Pointy. More pictures. Here's those are lamps like we used to have. We used to have them around church. And here's one of these bottle caps. You know, you put a beer cap on a bottle, and you put it in there. You push it down. And here's this is the poor man's way. You put that on, you hit it with a hammer. I got this is a Jello box, wooden Jello box. Used to get Jello in those. You don't see that anymore, do you? Or cheese. Cheese used to come in wooden boxes too, like these here. That's Kraft American cheese. Old baking.
Oh, that's like
Calumet baking powder. I think you can still get that, can't you? Oh, there's Emil. There's my wife's bathing suit. How about that? They've changed a lot, haven't they? I forgot back there. I had that's our high chair there. The whole family went through that.
Really?
There's 9 of us.
So that was what you sit in when you were a baby.
Yep. That's quite a while ago. There's my school desk. Double. Two kids would sit in there.
What school did you attend?
Hillsburg School number 2.
Where was that near?
That is no more. None of that is no more.
So you grew up in this area then?
Oh, I was born here. Yeah.
Okay. On this farm?
Yeah. This barn was built in 1918, so it's a little older than all of us, I guess.
When were you born?
I was born 1923.
Okay, so about 5 years before you were born?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. And there was how many kids in your family then?
9. Yep.
Oh my.
The oldest 4 have passed away. Here I got my old radios here and phonographs. I got a bunch of sad irons here, gasoline irons. You never heard of that, did you?
No. Mine's always been electric.
Yeah. I got an old, this is tobacco used to come in these things. Nobody in our family smoked, but it's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm. So who are all the old pictures of?
The old pictures, some of these are, that's my wife and her 2 brothers, and they were kids. That's my uncles. There's mother-in-law. See, neighbors over here. I got a brother getting into it. Here, that's my brother getting into his airplane. He was a pilot in Vietnam War.
Old pipes?
Yeah. I don't know where I got those from. I know nobody smoked. Here's my granddaughters, and they were little. bale of hay. Of course, they're still young.
What's that?
That's a grasshopper. In the 1931, during the drought, we had grasshoppers that big.
That big?
No, not really.
Okay. So what is he really holding? Just.
I don't know how they did that. It's shaped just like a grasshopper.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a weird.
Trick photo there.
Huh.
Oh, there's our family picture, come to think of it.
Oh, when you were a kid?
Yeah, that's me way in the end.
This is simply amazing. So when did you start doing all of this, putting this all together?
Oh, I think maybe about 20 years ago I slowly started.
This is amazing. I have never seen anything like this.
That's a squirrel up there that the neighbor mounted. He's right above your head. You can't see it.
So is that this farm here?
Yeah, that was they replaced it, they turned black. And when I told them, then they replaced it. I got it in the house. That's it up there too. That one, at least it didn't fade out like this here.
So who is the...
That's my dad, way up there. And this, of course, is Burdick.
Quentin Burdick, yeah.
You ever hear of him?
Yeah, I actually read a book about him.
Did you?
Yes.
He was a friend of the Indians.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Here I got to pick up with Springs.
So what was your dad's name?
What was my what?
Your dad's name, your father's name.
Fred.
Fred?
Frederick, yep.
Did he come from Russia?
Yeah, he came from Russia.
Huh. How old was he when he came over?
I think he was 18.
Oh, so he was...
They landed in Eureka, South Dakota. That's where they worked for 1 year, I guess, on the railroad. Okay. And then they sort of branched out, looked for a homestead.
And the family's been around ever since.
Yeah, still got some around. Oh, they scattered.
So what was your mom's name?
Kanowisher.
Oh, I've never heard that. Is that German Russian as well, or?
Yeah.
Did she come from Russia too?
Yeah. They had an orchard over there. So they sort of missed that when they came over here. There were no trees here.
Were they married when they came over, or did they meet over here?
They met over here, yeah. Here's some more of them things. See, some of them are even shaped like this.
That's really weird.
And then, of course, you got new round ones.
Is that an old sled?
Yep, in 1939, I had a brother who was in Fort Lincoln. That was a military training base in Bismarck. And he sent us that sled for Christmas. We had the biggest sled in the neighborhood. And he had the longest. Because those are hard times, the 30s. And we'd have never got it, I'm sure. Nice Christmas present.
Were the 30s really hard on your family?
Oh yeah, that was a drought, and gee, you couldn't sell nothing, and you didn't have no money to buy anything. It was a rough time.
Is that an old baseball bat, like from what you would use when you were a kid?
Yeah, that's all. How about those baseball gloves? They look quite different now, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They're so tiny then.
Did you play hockey when you were a kid?
No.
That's something.
No. I don't think they played hockey in my day when I was a kid. I don't remember. Here's a tomahawk. You don't feel it?
Oh my goodness.
They're heavy.
That is heavy.
No wonder when they hit you, you were dead, huh?
Yeah.
And those are Indian hammers, which I found on the yard. My neighbor gave me one. But the rest. And this some rock here. This one looks a little like a skull, doesn't it?
Yeah. Some wigs.
Here I got a petrified vertebrae, which I found. And then I got a little rock. I don't know what that was good for. A hole in it.
Interesting. Old Coca-Cola bottles.
Oh yeah, old magazines, look, and then you get over here, my polished rocks start after that.
Old glasses.
Little bit of. This was my wife's dress they wore at, when Lara celebrated its centennial.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the dresses she wore.
An old wash tub, bathtub.
Well, this is one with lion's feet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're in demand. They gave me that lady on my 80th birthday. And over here we got some toys, chickens.
Did you have toys like that when you were a kid, or?
No, this is the German one. You know, he shakes that. That's the battery part. Batteries are dead. Shakes his drink, and also helps himself. And then this is he blows bubbles. You put some soap in there, and he blows bubbles.
How cute. Little
And
red
then-
tricycle.
Yeah, a little red tricycle. And here's the labels upside down. I don't know why somebody maybe it's supposed to be upside down. And this is a windmill at Buer, north of Cullum. I guess he made oodles of those. Oh, I got another toy here. Let's see. What's behind me?
Old suitcases. Luggage. Hats up there.
Helmets, caps, you know. That fat lady over there, I don't know who she is. There's that kid that lost his arms in an auger accident once. And this here is an old picture enlarger. And Lila Johnson gave it. Her husband used to do work like this.
This is amazing. An old phone.
Old telephone, yeah. That goes back a ways. And that was my wife's doll when she was a little girl. So that thing is old.
What was your wife's name?
Roesler, R-O. Oh, I mean my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, Weisfennigen.
Oh, okay.
They're
She
around-
German Russian as well?
Yeah, they're around the Fredonia area.
Okay. Cool.
We got an airplane over there that's made of beer cans. See, there's use for beer cans after all.
Who would have thunk it? Okay.
Okay, you want to go in here?
Yes.
All right. Here's where I keep my toys, and my cars, and oh yeah, I got my truck horn, few tractors. Oops, excuse me.
When did you start collecting?
Oh boy, that's a long time ago.
This is amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna get out. Should I get out of your way?
I'll get out too. You can get a shot just to...
There's a wheel from 31 or 30 Chevrolet. They had fancy wheels at one time, didn't they?
Was it painted red back then?
Oh yeah, oh sure.
So you've been collecting rocks for a while.
Oh yeah. One thing you don't find very many is black rocks. There's one. Black rock that'll shine. Very few.
That's beautiful.
Rock. That's a forge, by the way, where those rocks are on. I'm going to show you how that works. They pump it. This is old timer. Some of them had a blower that you turn by hand. Here's a ratchet type. And of course, I got too many rocks on here. That's where they'd put their plow lays in there and sharpen them. Heat with coal in there. That was interesting when you were a kid.
Is this like an old trough or?
Yeah, that was an old tank, pressure tank, and I cut it in half. Made a trough out of it. You're right. This is the first lawnmower I ever had. How about that? I don't know what the material this was. It's light, aluminum, I guess. And in here, let's see. Do you want to come in?
Yeah. We can go in and then he'll follow.
That there's an oil heater, a sewing machine, and an old bookcase. That's how that works. No books in there. Hey, I was going to show you this old popper. You put the popcorn in, turn it, and here's one that you could put in your fireplace. I don't know. I never used that. You could put it in the fireplace and pop and take it out afterwards. Don't sound like it would work, does it?
Old ironing board?
Yeah, old iron board. Now the next place is the Lair Post Office. Even this was all part of the Lair Post Office.
Really?
You know, they were like the banks years ago. Had all this. Here's one of my watch chains. So you want to go in there? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's our postmasters all look that way. That's why I put one in there. Well, this is part of it. It looks like wood. It's metal, actually.
Really?
All that stuff, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Letters. And then, of course, even that light is on the post office. Then I got my toy train, of course, which I come over here and play with. See how the cars light up? How about that, huh?
Oh my god, they have little seats inside.
I got a few old. Oh, there's a buffalo skull I plowed out one time. That's. I suppose that was quite old. Ain't much left of it, really.
Oh my goodness.
The others are like this was a horse. They had good teeth, didn't they? Deer. Old magazines. True Romance. Post.
Were those magazines that were around when you were a kid?
Yeah, let's see, how old are they? April or what? Some of them gives the year on it. Here, this one, March. This is 1960. That's not so old. Here's a mouse trap. They're easy to set, but you put it in a set. But it seems like it didn't work very good. I don't know. I never caught very many mice with it anyway. Post. That's the Fisher. Those are South Dakota Quims. That would be what? 63. You don't remember that.
No, I was
Little
born in
before-
1980.
A little before your day. Okay. Out here, I'll show you the church bell. I'll hold your ears. I'll ring it a little bit. That used to be our church bell, but the church wasn't very sturdy, so they never put it up. So it was over the neighbor's junk pile there for, I think, about 30 years, and then they sold it to St. Matthew's in Napoleon. And when Napoleon or St. Matthew's sold out, I auctioned it back. So
What church did you attend?
that was King. We had King Lutheran Church
So you went to church then with
out here on the country.
with Elmer Sperling's family?
Well, later on we did. They lived in Lair. We were out of town. No, Elmer Sperling's. When we moved in and joined with Grace, then we were.
Emil?
Yep, no, Elmer's. What else we got here? We got an old post drill.
Oh my goodness. That would take a long time to drill through something, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, you didn't drill that many holes, I guess. But there were plenty of kids around, so there's always somebody had. Now it's your turn. You turn. Oh, sure. And here's our cream separator, of course. We used to milk. See, I'll show you my milking stool. And sat on that. See, you got pretty good at that after a while. You could balance yourself on there.
How many times a day would you have to milk?
Oh, you'd milk twice a day, morning and evening.
How many cows?
Oh, usually around 20 cows.
What are those?
Those are lawnmowers. That's the way they used to be. You pushed them. That was a reel on there. They did a good job, but they were hard to push.
Did you have to mow lawn as a kid?
Not much. We let the cattle eat all the grass, I think.
The easy lawnmower.
Yeah. Some livestock things over there.
So how does a cream separator work?
Well, let's see. You put the milk in the top there, and you had to turn it. There's a bell on there. You have to turn it so the bell quits ringing. Then you're going fast enough.
Okay.
And then, of course, you open up the spout. And one spout, milk comes out. The other one, the cream comes out. So, yeah, it seems like years ago everybody milked, and they had chickens. They raised their own pigs and did their own butchering. How times have changed.
Yeah, I never milked. I never had pigs. I
Yeah.
never butchered.
Well, I'm not going to say you really missed anything, but
Actually, I did end up milking a cow once, but it was just for fun.
oh yeah, she didn't kick. By the way, here's something talking about cows. Here. You know what that is? That's a cow kicker. You put that on when you're. That's all right. They always fall over. When you put them around the cow's rear legs, when you're milking, so they don't kick.
Really?
A cow would get used to it. All you had to do is put it on there, and they wouldn't kick. Yeah, this hooks right in. Let's see. Here, these things here are like when we catch a mink, you'd skin it and you'd put it on. Put the hide on here. See, stretcher.
Did you catch lots of mink?
No, not a lot. Skunks and mink and muskrat. Yeah, I used to trap those.
Oh yeah, do you get like money for the tails or something, right?
Yeah, you'd get like a weasel too. Weasel, had a good weasel, you get 95 cents. You used to mail them in an envelope.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the
Skin 'em.
tail, or?
No, the whole skin, just in an envelope. Well, a weasel's quite small.
So how would you trap a weasel?
Well, we used to snare a lot of them, like you do a gopher. But no, just like you'd catch a gopher too. You set a trap, and they're very inquisitive. They come out right away.
Those old
wagon wheels. Well, these look rough. That's the motor I had on our washing machine, the first gasoline washing machine we had.
Those were hard to start, weren't they? The old ones?
Yeah, I don't know. You had to know how to do it, I guess.
Because when I've talked to a lot of women, they say that they always had to go get their husbands to start it.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is like old oil cans?
Yeah, mostly old oil cans. I don't know why I put them up there.
What's that?
That's a heater, wood or oil heater. Yeah. I got another one like that. Yeah, you see, you open them up. You put coal or wood in, or cow chips, what we did. Down here is where the ash can was,
So that would be like in the family room of a house or something?
Yeah, you'd have it usually was in the living room.
Did it heat up pretty good?
Oh yeah, it'd heat up all right, yeah. But the thing is, the heat was all in one room.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess you get used to that too. Here I got a deal. People ask me, what's this? This is a spear on the end there. Mm-hmm. Now you didn't use it to go fishing. They did that when they sold hay. They'd stick it in a stack and pull out hay so the customer could see what kind of hay he was getting.
Oh, I have never seen anything like that.
You learn something every day, right?
Yeah, especially when you're out in where?
Yeah.
Today. More than I had imagined. This is fascinating. So these are like old canning jars?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
Old purses. What's this a picture of?
Yeah, I don't even know. Or that's a picture of. I don't think it's a military picture. I don't think so. Looks like one ship pushing another, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Or maybe they're loading or unloading.
Pitchforks. I've seen those before.
Well, it's not a pitchfork.
Oh, okay.
It's like I worked in a Beats one time out in Harding, Montana. But those had, well, they were little round things on front so you wouldn't pierce the beat when you loaded it. You can load them, you can use them on coal or things like that. But gee, they're heavy. I didn't know that when I was young that they were that heavy. And here's my exercise machines, which I never use.
Like
that's
most people?
That's why they're out in the barn.
This is fascinating. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is great.
And the rocks are all from my land out here. So.
A North Dakotan who has found a use for rocks.
Yeah.
I never thought I would see the day.
Well, they used quite a bit here after '97 when we had all that snow. They were rip-rapping along the side of the highways, you know, where there's water. Yeah. Oh, yeah, people got rid of a lot of their rock piles.
Huh. Well, great. I think we got some stuff.